Hey guys, Kelly here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my 2024 year in review. Excuse me. I'm not going to put these in any particular order, with the exception of my favorite build of the year will be the very last one, so you have to stick around to the end. But this is coincidentally my first build of 2024. It is a Maestro 124 scale Harley Davidson. It's a 1948 panhead that I mounted to a really cool rock. The bike was completely weathered, and then I hid all my weathering with a tarp and just dirtied it all up, dented up the cans, put some old tools down here, strapped a helmet to the thing. It's just a old forgotten Harley Davidson. This has been to one show, and it kind of gets lost in the diorama section because it's so small. But like I said, it is just I had a great time doing it. Even like I said, even though I didn't build it, I did take this thing completely apart and weather it, which it's easier than you think. Modified the bill on the helmet, and like I said, just kind of weathered it all up. That was the first build of the year, and since it's so big, this is actually the second build of the year, I do believe. It's the AMT Round 2 Surf Shark version of the '59 Cadillac. When I did the reveal video on this, I pretty much told the story. I love my state, North Carolina, so I do a lot of North Carolina. All my tags are North Carolina. So I went online, found the Kitty Hawk Kayak and Surf School. Now this is an actual place. Now I did not space my decals far enough apart. That's why it's got this funky shape. Otherwise it would have had a nice little oval around it. But I had butted the others up too close to it. So it's a lesson learned. This one got wood floors. It's hard to see. And the computer screen that was missing was replaced with a flat screen. And it's got a North Carolina Outer Banks surf map on it. Other than the tires and the wheels, well, I did some other. There's a lot of all the Ghostbuster panels. You can still see some gauges, so I covered those with diamond plate and bare metaled it. Added the white ball shifter to the column. Interior is a two-tone blue and gray. It's the same blue and the gray on the outside. Jay's resin wheels, Cadillac sombrero tires and wheels that were painted with the it was a chrome paint. It wasn't the Revell chrome. And like I said, it's just a fun little build. I want to get the ambulance version that's out, but I haven't got that yet. But like I said, this actually was number 2. I forgot that when I picked it up until I picked it up. Next up is an original Craftsman issue of the 1964 Chevil. I bought this a year or so ago, and it sat in the box. And then when Round 2, excuse me, announced that they were going to be releasing an all-new tool into this, I thought, well, I better get mine out and build it, because I'd already missed the opportunity to sell it and make a ton of money. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do stuff like that because I can't get by with it. No, seriously. I usually don't ask much more than I pay for stuff anyway. Box stock again. Oh, Lord, I apologize. I cannot remember who did the tires and wheels. Added valve stems, their body color, my white ball shifter. Just painted the engine block underneath. I didn't even put any exhaust tips out the back. Scale Motorsports leopard print pattern in the seats. And this one is it was inspired by a 64 Chevelle that I actually owned for like 2 weeks. And if you go to the reveal video of this one, you can hear that story. I won't get into it here. But like I said, this one, the real one that I had was tan. It had a bench seat. It wasn't an SS. All right, now, next up is the old goat. This is the Lucas E. Hobby Headquarters. Actually, I think it was the Scale Model Car podcast. The 4 guys that are on that was talking about, you know, any kit can be made to look nice if you're just willing to put the time into it. Some people aren't. My buddy Irvin Arter, I absolutely love his. You can't see the car, but he used every piece that was in the box to build the model, and used a whole tube of tester's glue, and it is cool. And then he covered it with a tarp, so you can't even see it. So you know, it was kind of like my motorcycle had a tarp over it. But anyway, this one is a tester's. I can't even remember the color of it now. Jay's resin Trans Am wheels, tan interior. Again, the white ball shifter. Box stock underneath, except the exhaust tips are aluminum tubing. I did the bare metal foil and polish it out for the emblems because they're kind of faint. And under the hood is a Jay's resin Cadillac engine. Now this comes in one piece, so I didn't put a lot of detail in it. But I do wished I had pushed it back. Jason over at Blue Ox was showing how he had pushed his back a little bit, and that made a big difference. So like I said, this isn't a contest car. This was just to finish building the GTO. And it looks good on the shelf. I'm very, very happy with it. And next up, if y'all remember, this is the one that made me break out the chunky peanut butter. This was for the Model Car Mafia box stock group. You'll have to excuse me. Had spaghetti for supper. Y'all hear too many sounds over here. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is the Mobius 1970 F-150 4x4. And there it's built box stock. It has 5 different colors of paint on it. I used Krylon, guys. I'm sorry. I used Krylon. This is a Krylon. Duplicolor Wimbledon white. This is Tamiya gold. This is a Mediterranean blue, which is a Krylon color. And this is a Krylon forward blue. But, you know, I went out, I taped this out, sprayed it, and in less than an hour, I had done 5 of the best paint jobs I'd ever done, and then I turn around and have to do this to it. Like I said, it's box stock, didn't do anything. The hood's warped. I didn't try to get too much of the warp out. I weathered up the windshield, makes it look like the windshield wipers are on. It's dirty under the hood. We've got some leaks and stuff down here. You can see the differentials, seals are leaking. And like I said, this was just a fun build. I didn't think I'd enjoy a box stock build, and so much so that Jim Ashley, that started this build, he got his own little personal message on my tag. So, Jim, just so you know, in 2025, I'd do another. I would actually, because I enjoy doing a box stock build. Alrighty, let me find. I wished I could show you all these at once, but I don't have enough room on my desk right now. Next up was the Porsche Group build for, I think the Model Car Podcast also sponsored this one. Along with, there was a Lucas E channel for your Porsche builds. This one is the 1976 issue of the Monogram Porsche 911 Carrera. J's resin, tires and wheels, box stock. I did add some of the Revell slant nose. It's got the Revell slant nose seats and console, white ball shifter. I printed out my own plaid interior pattern, and like I said, the seats were molded in this, so I cut those out. Paint on this one is gray primer with Krylon Effects. No, or it's Duplicolor, I can't remember. Anyway, it's a shimmer paint, and I just thought it would look cool. 911 is probably one of my favorite Porsches all together, and like I said, I built this as a kid. Not like this. It was box stock yellow. I mean, if you've seen this kit, you know it's molded in a bright. But anyway, I did a little bit of weathering underneath. But other than that, oh, and I added the mirrors from the Revell kit. And then taped out and sprayed all the flat black accessories. Alrighty, and next up is back to Model Car Mafia over on Facebook. This was their parts box group build challenge. So you had to have just parts box stuff. So I started with a AMT Snapfast Plus 50 Chevrolet 3100 that my buddy Ron Sherlin had built. It wasn't painted. He had lowered it. So I also found in some of his stuff is that tiki shifter, which you can get in there and see it a little bit better. There's a tiki shifter in there that comes out of the AMT 57 Chevrolet. Let's see if I can't. There we go. That Ron had actually painted. It was in some parts that I had. Don't remember what the seats are out of, but I removed the headrests. And this was modeled after a real truck that was had vintage tattoo panels on the door panels. So these are vintage tattoo images off the internet that I printed out. They go all the way around behind the seats on both doors, and then I found these images on the internet and printed those out. Tires and wheels are parts box that are from the Revell 55 Chevrolet, and like I said, it was just a fun build. And there again, printed my tag. So I told Jim we needed to change the name of the club. This did have Pegasus disc brakes, which actually came from the parts box. So, and the two coolers in the back, my nephew had scratch built. Oh, I did do the bed floor. Was a image that I found online and printed to fit. Let's see. Next up is Mars Garage Rust Bucket Group build. This one started life as the AMT. This was a pre-painted 71 Duster. And this had been a work in progress for quite a while. I had played with it, put it back, played with it, put it back, and talked to Marcella and asked me, I said, I've got this one this far along, can I use it? And he was, sure. So if you go to the reveal video of it, this one happened. I finished this one up when we were still recovering from the hurricane. Matter of fact, I didn't have power when I revealed it. You can go over there and listen to the story of this car and what inspired it. This is a fun build, and I've already told Mars Garage I am going to be in for sure for the 2025 Rust Bucket Group build. I like this stuff, you know. Out of 10 vehicles, 1, 2, 3, 4, half of them are weathered. So, which isn't uncommon for me. I don't guess. I mean, you know, I thought it would be, but next up, see here, weathered, is the East Coast Model Car Club weathered wrecked group build. And I had parts left over and had this idea in my head to where this gentleman wrecked his Warlock and then rebuilt it with Little Red Express parts. Jay's resin tires and wheels, scratch built. Well, the exhaust tips are scratch built. I didn't put the stacks on this one. AMT 69 B body mirrors. Scratch built the those are coffee stirrers for the bed rails. Did a street sign bed floor. I want to thank VCG Resin skull shifter. It's been flocked. Also a MCB Products steering wheel. Had the scratch built steering column because I didn't have an extra one of those, but it's got the turn signal on the tilt wheel. Under the hood is the kit engine with VCG Resins small block Mopar dress up part. So you got the valve covers, the breather, and the valve cover breathers. No, I didn't wire this one. It's just, like I said, this one was just for fun also. And right after the, well, at the Spartanburg Hope It Don't Snow show, it will be going to its new owner. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You can kind of guess. And that brings me to number 10, I do believe. We've done the Harley, for that, the Chevil, Old Goat, Lock Stock, Porsche. I'm having to read my notes. I won't read you the part where I said don't suck. Try to be funny, you know, stuff like that. This is Joe's Rust Shop, 10 for 10, or excuse me, 10 by 1110 group build. And that's where he wanted you to take 10 stalled projects or 10 projects that you had in mind and build them by his birthday on 1110. I did a nice video, showed the 10 projects that I'd love to do, and this is the one that I finished. I actually did 10 builds this year, but I only built one for his group build. This is the MPC 1979 Dodge pickup. It's the pump and iron version that I've converted to Little Red Express. Scratch built the exhaust, Jay's resin, tires and wheels that resemble the, you know, it's kind of retro. Iceman Collections mirrors. Those are Cadillac mirrors, but I thought they looked really, really good on here. Also has Iceman Collections Demon engine in it. Lost my train of thought there. That's wedged down in there. Did a little bit of plumbing. I did not do any wiring, mainly because I don't know a thing about these engines. Also, Iceman Collections had metal appliques or stick-ons that's got the Hellcat, excuse me, Hellcat, not Demon, Hellcat. Hellcat image, light ball shifter, and pretty much like the other Dodge pickup truck. I mean, the interiors are almost identical with the exception of the shifter and the steering wheel. Printed the gauge images on, took them offline and printed them, and this one has houndstooth seat inserts. And This one's got a completely useless rear end setup. It's got coilovers, it's got a sway bar, and it's got traction bars. Basically, I was just throwing parts at it just to make it look good. A little bit of weathering under there, not much, but this right here is my favorite build of the year. And since this one was a friend's favorite build of the year, I will be building its mirror image this year because I like that truck too. But you know, the gentleman that this is going to gifted me a really, really cool model this year, and I would like to return the favor. Because like I said, he's a good friend, and I appreciate him, and I appreciate his reaction to this truck. So, guys, that is all I've got for you. Like I said, it is 10 builds this year. It's not bad. And let's see, all but 2 were from the beginning. They were all built this year. Now, 2 of them carried over from last year, or they carried over from some time or another. But all of the others were built from scratch. Well, okay, not scratch, but built from the beginning in 2024. 2025, I don't know what it holds. I do know that I need to get my Blue Ox Model Shop 67 Chevelle finished. That's going to be first on the list. And then my buddy build for Brad Cox that I talked about on my last video will be next. And then the USAC build. I've got to get it done by March. I hope to have it on the table at the South Carolina Modelers Association Simpsonville show. I don't have the date in front of me. I don't have their flyer. Guys, if you're going to be in South Carolina, I will be at the Greenville, South Carolina Modelers Association. Hope it don't snow show. Look me up. Love to see you. Love to meet you. Thank you so much for spending 2024 with me and watching my stuff. Like I said, it went pretty smooth. I started taking notes. I need to put on here, don't say You know, apparently I do that a lot. Stop clicking your ring on the glass of your desk. Anyway, stop digressing. I think I need to do like a resolution show, don't I? Anyway, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. Love to hear your comments on this. Read every one of them. If I don't do anything but hit the thumbs up button, at least know that I have read them. Guys, again, thank you so much. God bless you.